information that they used to do the operation at that point.
How could it be that you were not so tense as to stay awake and watch whatever would unfold, but rather go to sleep?
Yeah, sorry.
No.
Just a second.
I went to sleep. No problem.
לא רואים את זה, נכון? אין מצב שיראו את זה.
אבל נשים את זה בחוץ.
זה בחוץ עכשיו, בגלל זה אני שואל.
When I was sitting in front of the terrace, after I had the conversation, after I had the thought of my parents watching me and what they would think, I went to the end of the terrace and I saw that the operation was beginning. No, I don't want to say that.
It's not true, you shouldn't say.
It's not sequential. It's not.
Okay.
Where should I?
Okay, that's fine. Let's go into another topic.
Because this is the main topic, so I should stay away.
That's
stay
fine.
away.
You'll see how it all converges. When you were thinking about your parents back home, what, in a sort of a wish you were here train of thought, what part character and what part training made you such a competent Mosad officer?
I think my character. I was very, very passionate about what I was doing. I felt very strongly that I wanted to help the country, and I felt very comfortable working in the Mosad. I felt safe. I felt that they cared about me, and I cared about them. And that was the main thing.
How were you trained?
How? I was trained extensively on all the main talents that I would need in order to fulfill an operation.
Individually or in a group?
Individually. I was alone most of the time. I never worked, at this point, I didn't work with another lochem.
During your training, were you mentored individually or were you in a part of a class?
During my training, I was taught individually.
But was it a pass-fail course? Did you?
No, it was completely geared to me, what I was able to do and what they needed.
If you can't, of course, then we'll leave it off at that. But how were you plucked out of the crowd and picked to be a Mosad recruit? What did they see in you that made them think that you had the potential for that?
Well, I was single. I was a female. There were very, very few females. I was well educated. I had been in business before. I had experiences.
Was it
living in New York for a time was like living in Beirut. There was a lot of danger in New York and situations where you have to think to get out of it.
was it difficult being a female foreigner? Of course, not an Israeli, but even undercover, being a female foreigner in Beirut in the early 70s, before the Civil War.
Yes. Being a foreigner and a female in Beirut was much, much easier than being a male and a foreigner living in Beirut. The men were very polite. I had no problems with that. And people wanted to protect me all the time, to help me and protect me. And so I made quite a few friends.
And they never found out your real identity?
No, never. In fact, they never found out my real identity. In fact, one person gave me money. My story was that I was coming back when I left. One person gave me money to bring gifts for him. Other people asked me to bring back different little things, which meant to me that they didn't suspect and that they approved of me. Also, after that, when I met other people that I had known, they kept saying, "You're all right."
Did you ever send back the money?
He wanted pictures, paintings, and I bought him quite a few paintings, more than the money, and sent them to him. And a friend of his came back after that and even gave me a gift. And we wrote letters several times.
What happened when you went back to headquarters, of course via another country, and were reunited with Mike and your other colleagues?
When I came back, there were lots of flowers and kisses, and everyone was very happy to have me back. I was the last one to come back.
Did you meet with the troopers, Sayeret Matkal and Tzanchanim?
No.
No, I had.
I didn't meet with any of the other participants of the operation, and I just continued as normal.
If a young female Zionist would today ask you, should I join the Mosad, and especially Caesarea, what sort of character traits should I have? What should I be prepared for? What would your answer be?
If a young girl came to me today and asked whether I would recommend that she enter the Caesarea, go into Caesarea, I would tell her that if she knew something about my experiences, I would tell her that it's another world today. It's very, very different from when I was there. When I was there, people treated me well and they didn't suspect me. Today, women are suspected. Women have caused a lot of problems, and so she has to be prepared for people doubting her.
But would you still recommend it?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Why?
It depends on the character of the girl. If she were like me, I was very passionate. It was my life's, it fulfilled my life. I wasn't bothered about the danger. I would do it at any price. But I don't think the young girls today, well, it depends on the young girl, whether she's the type who would want to do it and not mind the danger.
Could you tell us something within limits about your upbringing? What made you so passionate about Israel from abroad?
I think the Six-Day War did it. I was sort of floating, living in New York for a while, and I felt that I had no purpose. So I decided I'd like to help Israel, and I didn't really know what it consisted of, but I would like to help Israel. But the Mosad was not recruiting people like that to come. So I got in luckily, because I was a foreigner and I had a foreign language and I had experience. I wasn't too old, wasn't too young.
And 5 years later, you find yourself in the middle of the most dangerous and heroic operation that the Mosad and the IDF execute. Well, what was the feeling to be after a relatively short period of time where you were?
It was great. The feeling of being there at that time with all the excitement and us succeeding, that was very important, I felt great. Congratulations, boys.
What was Mike Harari as your superior like at the time?
He was very supportive.
Not Mike.
Oh. Do I mention Mike?
No, I mentioned him in the question, but you have to mention him in the
Yes. Mike was my superior at the time, and he was very supportive. If there was a question about doing something when I was there, he would always say, do what you think is best. Trust yourself. And I listened to those words all the time.
Was Aviv Neurim the best operation you were involved in throughout your career, if you look back?